What small thing takes your anger from 0 to 60 in 1 second flat? Being accused of lying. I've had all 5 of my housemates in college form an intervention and accuse me of stealing their food. Called me a liar, thief, and sociopath. And demanded I pay them back for they lost and for a hidden camera. Really? Food? Like groceries? No matter how much I defended myself, they just rolled their eyes and demanded I admit to what I did. Basically made hella passive aggressive comments at me in a 3-hour meeting. In the end, the real thief B didn't fess up and we never knew who actually did it. But I sure as hell know it wasn't me. I still get triggered thinking back on this. Harrison was thrown out the airlock. 1 imposter remains. Being talked over / constantly interrupted. Dude, especially when you start to talk to respond to what they just said, and they get louder to add on another thought, makes me mentally exit the convo immediately. Also, when they ask you a question, and then just keep talking, as soon as you open your mouth. Like, do you want the answer or not? The absolute worst is, when they do this then follow it up with a comment about how quiet you are mayo. Someone trying to be condescending to you, because they couldn't comprehend what you were saying. I hate condescending people in general. Actually, condescending people aren't that bad. Make sure to think before you post. I'm much more smart than you. Pats your head, that was cute. People blocking grocery aisles with 0 spatial awareness. Someone cutting me off the road in a way that could have caused an accident. When people say I didn't say that when you repeat something they just said. When people insist that I'm mad when I'm really not. I wasn't mad, but now I am. I'm not effing angry. Shut the F up. See, I told you you're mad. People harassing minimum wage workers over trivial bullshit. I have a single rule in life: I will not be the reason that whoever I have to deal with in customer service has a shitty day. Same here. Hell. Last Friday night I stopped at the McDonald's drive-thru on the way home from work. So midnight, which where I live, was horrendously packed. Poor girl. It was her first night there, so she was figuring out the POS system. Naturally, everyone was giving her S the entire time. And being a smoker, my window was down, so I heard all the bulls. So when it was my turn to order, I turned down the gears on her night and just told her take a deep breath, relax, and take solace on the fact that all these people ordering food are at your mercy, not the other way around. And when I got to the window I asked her if she felt a bit better. She teared up a bit. Got me some extra fries for that one. Being in the retail game for several years will certainly shine a new light on how to treat the service industry. I personally feel it should be mandatory in life. Either serve in the military or work in the service industry. If neither of those are on your resume, I personally wouldn't consider someone for a job I'm hiring for, because it shows they haven't figured out how to deal with a massively diverse crowd on a regular basis. But alas, that would make sense in society. Too much sense. Got me some extra fries for that one. If nothing else, this is why you should be nice to people, lol. When someone tells me to do something, and I was literally just about to do it. This extends to someone telling me something I knew, as if I didn't already. Now I'm locked into not being able to prove I already knew it, because I was just told it. And if it's something I was going to do, now it seems like I'm doing it, based on their suggestion. That's when you pull out the sarcastic yep and that's right affirmations. Change that condescension into why are you stating the obvious, dumber? Can't really say that to my parents in the early 2000s or my mom would accuse me of back talking and take out the wooden spoon. Dropping / ruining my food as in getting ready to eat it. Holy yes, I dropped a bowl of spinach on the floor the other day, right before I was going to eat it. I was furious and ready to cry at the same time. Well, I guess I'm eating off the floor tonight. When someone tells me to relax, when I'm not even mad or anything. I was relaxed until you effing said that. Dude, just calm down. I am calm. I have achieved CALM. People applying rules to others that they don't follow themselves, even for the smallest things. Also just criticizing people over trivial things with zero awareness of how much of their S others are putting up with. You know what? That's the problem with your generation, you have no dedication towards your jobs. This coming from a coworker who spends the first 2 hours and the last hour of every single shift on a personal phone call. I really like my current job and company, but it really sucks knowing I'll have to switch to a different company in a year or two to get any decent pay raise. I don't even know how this trend came to be. When you give your letter of resignation, say you like your current job and doing it for the money only. If they give a rest, they will ask you how much the new job gives you. Tell them 5k more than you accepted and start bargaining from there. Good luck in advance. I call around every 6 months and fish for offers. Then right as the season is ramping up and it's too late to replace me and train the new guy, I say, hey Jim, $1 more or I gotta change jobs. If you show up to work and do your job without making waves, get them by the short and curlies and ask for more. Slow internet/applications freezing. Yes, I have serious load rage. That's a great term for it. When I knock something over or something falls over, then I proceed to quickly pick it up and place it where it was, only for it to fall over again. Instant rage. Why not it stay up? Like, what effing angle do you want? Thing. Then there's the third time it falls, where you're ready to rip it apart and chuck it into the fiery pits of H just to spite it. People honking when they are stuck at a red light. What do they think the honking would do? Make the traffic light magically change to green. I only honk when it turned green 2 minutes ago and we are still sitting here waiting for you to look up from your phone and move. Hitting my elbow on something. Why the F was it there? Your elbow or the thing you hit your elbow on? Yes. People not cleaning up their own god mess. You're gonna love toddlers. Unexpectedly hitting my head while standing up. It's got to really hurt though, or I won't care much. But when it hurts, it really hurts. It's the unexpectedness that makes it 100x worse. Trying to have a conversation and get my point across, but the person thinks I'm arguing and will cut me off, talk over me, yell, accuse and abuse. Like, grow the F up and handle a conversation like an adult, not a 3-year-old. You would not like the president of the USA. Ignorant people that don't want to listen to any point of view but their own. I think Chris Rock once said, a moron is someone who makes up their mind before listening to both sides. Because of that, I always try enter conversations open-minded and see both sides. People who cut in line. My headphones getting caught on something and being ripped out of my head. Have you ever had your belt loop catch a doorknob? That's even worse, MO. Watching people litter and people not using turn signals. Just obliviously and selfishly not caring about others. This, and people throwing cigarettes out the window. When others volunteer me for something, I'll almost always say yes. But without a heads up, I'm totally steamed. My stage crew has a rule: you volunteer someone else, that means you just volunteered yourself. Being forced into a team building exercise at my job or at college. I will hate you forever if you force me to do that. We had team building day at a previous job. I didn't just skip it. I walked through the crowd wearing my bike gear and then rode by everyone as I left the premises. Mandatory fun is neither. Mandatory fun is neither. Now there's a bumper sticker. People saying as after they win a game. This is annoying for me when it clearly wasn't easy for them. It was a close game. They're entirely wrong. But you can't argue back because the kind of people that say as wouldn't listen. Being forced to do stuff just because. Apostrophe. You're not a fan of having to get up at 7 AM on a Sunday, your only day off, to go have brunch with your GF and her friends. Also, you can pay $25 for a plate of eggs. 7 AM. Brunch, that's not brunch. It's effing breakfast. WTF. People trying to tell me how to do my job, especially if you don't know how to do my job. This is an electronics shop, not an engine shop. People that treat their children or animals too aggressively. Mistreatment of either spikes my blood pressure and I want to destroy. Littering. Gathering all of my S in the car to bring it into the house. Me too. I wouldn't have thought of this in my own, but reading it, yes, it makes me pissed off. to try to gather it all, and items slipping out, and purse banging against my hip and head hitting wall and or closing back on my leg or. It's miserable. I just got home and had to go through it, and you sum it up so well lol.